everyone, welcome to Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. I am Suparna Babu. Today I am going to explore you about financial DAX functions in Power BI. So if you are not subscribed our YouTube channel and you are watching for the first time, I would ask you to subscribe our Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel for regular tech videos. So now while I coming to the topic, so if you are following this DAX series, so in this, so what actually initially we learned this. So if you see initially we learned this, a more accurate maturity, more degress and a more link. So today what I'm going to explore you about, I'm going to explore you about COUPDAYS, COUPDAYS BS and COUPDAYS NC. So today I'm going to explore you about these three DAX functions. So if I jump into the topic, so now these are the DAX functions we are going to explore. So before going into these DAX functions, let's see what Microsoft official documentation is saying about this DAX functions. So when I go to official documentation here, if you see, I will provide this official documentation link in the this video description. So COUPDAYS returns the number of days in the coupon period that contains the settlement date. So what it is telling, it will return the number of days in the coupon period that contains the settlement date. So here, if you see our this COUPDAYS syntax, here if you see that COUPDAYS syntax, so settlement, maturity, frequency, biases. So the parameters description are security means security settlement date and maturity. So when it is going to maturity and the frequency is here if you see the frequency is 1 for annual payments and semi-annual is 2 and semi-annual for quarterly it is 4. So biases is optional. So this is about this COUPDAYS. And in the same way, if you go and see the COUPDAYS BS, so here if you see, it returns the number of days. It returns the number of days from the beginning of the coupon period until its settlement date. Until its settlement date, COUPDAYS BS, until its settlement date from the beginning. So the same syntax, the same parameters definitions. So next, when I move to COUPDAYS NC, here, if you see, so COUPDAYS NC also, it is telling that it returns the number of days from the settlement date to the next coupon date. It is next coupon date, and initially it is the beginning COUPDAYS BS. So it is also having the same syntax, and here if you see the same definitions. Here if you see the same definitions. Okay, fine. Now let's begin the action. So let me jump into Power BI desktop. Now here if you see, I have three tables. In this, which table I am going to use? Let me tell you that which table I am going to use. Here, if you see, there is a table called Bank Bonds TB. So here, let me explain you. So in this table, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So what is the bank? What is the bond number? When the settlement date and when the maturity date, what is the frequency? Like as we discussed in official documentation, is it half yearly, is it quarterly, or is it yearly? And biases. So in the how many banks we have? ICICI, HDFC, Axis, SBI, Canara Bank, and this corresponding bond number, the settlement date, maturity date. This is the table. Please keep in mind that here we have another bonds TB. Don't confuse. So bank bonds TB. Fine. Now let's start writing the DAX. The first DAX is COUPDAYS. So let me expand this. So let me delete this. Fine. Now let me take a new measure. Let me zoom it. Oop. First, we will go with coupon days. So here, when I go to official documentation, here if you see, in the example, they hard coded the values. So what they did, they given this hard coded the values, everything. But if I come here, if you see that table data, we have banks are there, we have rows are there. Then how we can do that? So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to use a variable concept. I'm going to use a variable concept. So the first one is settlement. Settlement date. So let me, before this, let me put where settlement date. So max of settlement date. Then again, let me take next settlement date, maturity date. Bank bonds to be maturity date. Frequency. Bank bounce table frequency. Then the last one is, because anyhow we have the biases column, then we can use, even though it's optional, but we can use that. Max of biases. Okay, so now we define the variables. We define all the variables. Now let's return the measure. Return. Now call the coupon days DAX. So settlement, maturity, frequency, biases. So let's call the settlement date, ST date. Fine. Now let's call the maturity date. Very good. Now let's call the frequency. Now let's call the last one biases. Okay. Now let's execute this DAX. Let's execute this DAX. Okay. Perfect. Now it is executed successfully. Let's see the result. Okay. So here what I'm going to do, let me drag bank. Okay. Bond number. Let me enable this bond number. Then settlement date, maturity date, and let me change this to date hierarchy to the normal date. Again, normal date. Fine. Now frequency. Now let's call this COUPDAYS. Fine. Now let me rename this. It doesn't make any sense. Frequency. Fine. So let me adjust this. Fine. So now here, if you see, for this Axis Bank, for this bond number, settlement date is this 25th May 2018 and maturity date is 25th July 2025. Frequency is 1. 1 means what? It's for annual. And how many coupon days? It's 365 days. How we can cross verify these numbers is correct? Because it's a financial functions. So we need to cross verify. For that, if you remember, so in this, they mentioned one thing. What they mentioned here, if you see, financial DAX functions that are used in the formula that perform financial DAX functions calculations such as net value, okay, blah blah. Then here, if you see, these values functions similar to the financial functions in the Microsoft Excel. This is similar to the Microsoft Excel functions. Okay, fine. Now let's go and verify is the result same or not in the Excel. So now let me go to the my Excel. So here I do have the same table. So now let's take COUPDAYS. Let me zoom it. So here let me call the same function COUPDAYS. Yes, we have. So it is also here also it is telling that settlement date, maturity, frequency, basis. Okay, settlement. Okay, maturity clear, frequency clear, basis. Okay, now let's do it same for others. Okay, now let me change this color to. So okay, now access 365, ICICI 181. So let's go and cross verify. So access 181, access 365, ICICI 181. Okay, now let me cross verify this. Just a minute. Okay, we have bond number. So let me put this to top and okay, now here if you see access 365. Okay, Canara Bank 92 clear and HDFC 90, ICICI 181, ICICI 181, SBI 184. Yes, it is exactly matching. So this coupon days is calculating correctly. Fine. Okay. So this is all about coupon days. Now let's go and see. The next one is COUPDAYS BS. Okay. So here what I'm going to do in the interest of time, let me take the copy of this measure and let me take a new measure. Let me paste COUPDAYS BS. COUPDAYS BS. So here just what I will do, the variables are same. The variables are same. There is no change in the variables. Just here we are returning the COUPDAYS BS. So COUPDAY BS. So let's call settlement date followed by maturity date and frequency basis. Okay, close the bracket and let's execute this. Fine, it's executed. So now let me drag the same here. Okay, COUPDAYS. So here it's returned something different. So 304, 36, 31, 51 and 41. Fine, no worries. We can calculate by using our Excel sheet. So now here, may so now COUPDAYS BS, COUPDAYS BS equal to settlement date, comma, maturity date, comma, frequency, comma, basis and close the bracket. Fine. Let's apply this for remaining rows and let me change this color to some other color. Okay. Now let's compare. So for ICICI 51, okay, perfect. For HDFC 31, for HDFC 31, Axis 304, Axis 304, and SBI 41, okay, and ICICI, sorry, Canara Bank 36, and here, okay. So now it is matched exactly, fine, okay. Now let's go with our final DAX function, COUPNC, coupon next date. So let me take a copy of this and let me execute it. So in the interest of time, I am doing the copy paste, but I would recommend you don't do copy paste from your side. You can start writing everything from the scratch. So the variables are same. I need to return this COUPDAYS NC. So let's call this COUPDAYS NC. So let's call settlement date, again maturity date, and frequency, and the last one basis. Fine. Now let's close the bracket and let's execute this. If I execute, so it is executed successfully. Let's drag this. Okay, let's drag this, and here what I will do, I will turn off the totals. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay, totals. Okay, so now let's go and verify the same in here. COUPDAYSNC. This NC settlement date, comma, maturity date, again frequency, and last biases. Let's close the bracket and execute this. Okay, let's copy and paste. So let me change this color to some other color. Okay, fine, it looks good. Okay, now what I'll do, so let me hide two rows. So now let's verify ICICI 130. Okay, then HDFC 59, HDFC 59, then Access 61, and SBI 143, and last one Canara Bank 56, and it's so the values are matching exactly. So now this is all about COUPDAYSNC, coupon days next, coupon next days. Okay, fine. So this is all about these three DAX functions. This is all about these three DAX functions: COUPDAYS, COUPDAYSBS, and COUPDAYSNC. So now what I will do, I will tell you what is the key differences between these three, and I will summarize. So let me go to my Power BI. So here, if you see, COUPDAYS, this is the table I am summarizing. So COUPDAYS, it returns the number of days in the coupon period that contains the settlement date. So what is the syntax? Syntax is this. So COUPDAYSBS, it returns the number of days, but from the beginning of the coupon period. It will calculate from the beginning of the coupon period. And while coming to the COUPDAYSNC, it returns the all the rows where values keeping the external fields. I think this syntax is wrong. Okay, this syntax is wrong. Okay, let's go and see in the official documentation. So it returns the number of days from the settlement date to the next coupon date. So it will return the from the next coupon date. So this is all about today's DAX video. I hope you all like this video. Please like, share, comment this video. Please subscribe Next Gen Data Aspirant Community YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching this video. We'll meet you in the another interesting video.